What is up, all of my horror fanatics out there? Welcome back to Late Night Frights. I'm the Late Night Frights horror leader, the J. Sloan or Jordan, back here to do another video for you. And as always, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in this evening. Now, last week we did a theme, and we actually did our cheap horror theme. And if you haven't checked that out yet, please go do so. It was a great week overall. So, of course, since last week we did a theme, this week we are doing horror battles. And the two films I chose to battle are psychological thrillers, or more thriller-type horror films, but with horror aspects blended in. And they're both really, really great movies, and it's going to be a hard battle for me. So the two films I've chose to battle is The Serpent and the Rainbow versus Jacob's Ladder. Okay, so you guys know how we do things around here. Before the battle begins, I will be reviewing both films very briefly, and then I will battle them to the death. So I'm going to start off by reviewing The Serpent and the Rainbow, which was made in 1988. This film is directed by the one and only Wes Craven, starring Bill Pullman. And the basic plot around this one follows a doctor from Harvard who hears about this weird, strange powder in Haiti that brings people back to life. It basically kills the heartbeat, kills everything within the body, and then reanimates the corpse in a zombified state. So he goes over. Of course, he wants to get it. You know, he's a doctor. He wants to experiment with this powder and see if he can make it good. Or use it for good. And it's not just him. Everyone that he knows, pretty much tells him to go get it, and at a point where he has to go get it. So he goes to Haiti, and what starts out as a simple trip to get this powder turns into just craziness throughout the film. What this character goes through is insane mixes of zombies, voodoo, curses, blood rites, and it's just a wild experience and a very fun and enjoyable film. I don't want to say too much more about it because it's a very easy film to spoil, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Yes, it's very crazy. The visuals are awesome. It was actually filmed on location in Haiti, and it is based on a true story of Wade Davis. The acting is really good. I love Bill Pullman in this film. Bill Pullman does good in every movie he's in, but he did really good in this one. Just very crazy seeing the people, being brought back to life, and knowing that this was an actual true thing, or supposedly an actual true thing, adds to the film as well. It's got a creepy atmosphere to it, and a creepy tone. And like I said, it's just a very trippy movie. And Wes Craven, of course, directing it, it's going to be good. The Serpent and the Rainbow, I feel, is very underrated. A lot of people know it, but I'm not exactly sure there's some people who don't talk about it at all, or some people who don't even know about this film, but it definitely deserves more recognition than it gets, and I highly enjoyed The Serpent and the Rainbow. If I had to rate it out of 5, I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5. Very, very enjoyable. So I'd highly recommend checking this film out. And I don't want to go any further into the plot. On my channel, my personal channel, I will do a spoiler review over this film. But I want to keep it spoiler-free as much as I can. So, The Serpents and the Rainbow. So now I'm going to review Jacob's Ladder, which was made in 1990. This one was directed by Adrian Lyne. And I want to mention the writer of this film, Bruce Joe Rubin, because I want to give him an applause for writing this movie, because this was a fantastic film. I had to throw that in there because whoever wrote the script for this film, or the novel that it was based off of, I have to give you props because this is one hell of a film and one hell of a story. This is starring Tim Robbins. Obviously, Tim Robbins is a great actor. And the basic plot around this one follows a character named Jacob, of course. And Jacob is a Vietnam vet trying to get over his past. And, it's kind of like he's got PTSD in a way. He's kind of, he's very shaky, he has these dreams, and he has these flashbacks like most people do who was in the war. Just crazy things start to happen to him. He's trying to get over his son's death, and that was a very sad scene, or a sad theme within the whole film of him trying to get over his son's death. And Tim Robbins does an amazing job playing Jacob. But anyway, like I said, he is a Vietnam vet trying to get over his past in the war, and just strange things start to happen to this man. He starts to see demons. And, monsters and demons, and he thinks he's in hell, or he thinks he's dead, or he's dying, and just this I don't want. This is so hard for me to explain. This is one of those movies that you have to watch twice to really understand the full plot, especially the ending. It's one of those movies that like to play with, play tricks with your mind, and I love movies like that, very weird and wacky movies, but also movies that are very well directed, very well acted and written, and this is definitely one of those films. This film takes so many twists and turns that you'll never know through your first viewing of the film where it's going to end up, and where it does is very very satisfying as an ending. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Jacob's Ladder, and there are some demons within this movie. Like I said, he starts to see demons, and the demons are really crazy, very creepy looking. But it's a constant. It's a constant with his character. Am I going insane? Where am I? What's going on? Is this real? Is this not? And that's what I love about this movie. And Tim Robbins plays it so perfectly as Jacob Singer. So really, really good film, Jacob's Ladder. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Directing, really good. Like I said, the writing, awesome within this movie, and the twists and turns it takes are just really amazing. Like one of the best movies to have that kind of effect, to where you really don't know what's going to happen or where it's going to end up, because most films are very predictable. There are a few. There's actually quite a few films that take twists and turns, but this one does it very well, and I was highly impressed with Jacob's Ladder. So definitely check it out. I will be doing a spoiler filled review of this on my channel very soon. Also a non-spoiler review if you want to check it out on my channel. Going more in depth into the plot. I don't want to spoil anything. So Jacob's Ladder, definitely give it a watch. Now that I've reviewed both films, it is time to battle them to the death. One more thing before I dive into the battle. Seeing as neither of these films are your ordinary horror films, they're very different, I've decided to change the rounds up for this battle only to be more fitting to these films. So yeah, without further ado, round one. Acting and directing. Which film do I think had better acting and better directing overall? It's really difficult because you have Bill Pullman, the leading man in The Serpent and the Rainbow, and Tim Robbins, the leading man in Jacob's Ladder. And director, Wes Craven, of course, takes that. I'm gonna have to go with the Serpent and the Rainbow all around. Having Bill Pullman's great, anyway, but also adding Wes Craven to the mix. That's just, obviously it takes around. Wes Craven is one of the best horror directors of all time, and it really shines through with this film. And this is, like I said, a very underrated Wes Craven flick. So definitely give it a watch if you haven't seen it. So yeah, The Serpent and the Rainbow takes round one. Round two, story and originality. Which film do I think had a better story and was more original? Now, without a doubt, Jacob's Ladder takes this round, hands down. It had an amazing story, very exciting and very intriguing. I was in the story at all times. I never fell out of it. I never lost interest. Tim Robbins did an amazing job once again as Jacob Singer. And it's one that's going to keep you within the film. It's going to keep you for that full 2-hour time period. You're not going to lose interest. The story just takes so many, like I said, twists and turns, and it's just an amazing story overall. So yeah, and the fact that this was a true story. It was original story. It was cool to see the zombies over in Haiti and how they were doing all that with the powder. But to me, Jacob's Ladder was just better story wise. So. Jacob's Ladder takes round two, so currently we have 1-1. We are tied up. Round three, this is a completely new round that I've created for this horror battle, and it is twists and turns. Which film do I think had a better twist to it? Both films had their fair share, and in both films you can't really see where it's going to end. You can't really see the outcome, so that's why I added this round. But personally, for me, I'm going to have to say Jacob's Ladder, man. It was... like I said, it was a roller coaster ride throughout the entire film, so without a doubt, Jacob's Ladder takes round three. Okay, we've come to the final round. Round four, personal enjoyment and replayability. Which film did I enjoy more, and which film would I pop in right now and watch? And as much as I like The Serpent and the Rainbow, guys, I'm going to have to go with Jacob's Ladder. Overall, I liked it better than The Serpent and the Rainbow. Like I said, I don't want to, go over what I've already said about this film. The story was amazing, acting was amazing, directing was amazing. It was an amazing film, it really was. So, Yeah, I really, really like Jacob's Ladder, and I really like The Serpent and the Rainbow as well. Just because it lost this battle doesn't mean it's not a good film, because I really think it's an underrated film, and I think a lot more people should check it out. So, The Serpent and the Rainbow definitely came close to winning. This was a difficult battle for me, but in the end, Jacob's Ladder has won. It's came out victorious, and it has taken the cake. So, there you go, guys. There's my horror battle over The Serpent, the Rainbow, and Jacob's Ladder. Please comment down below and tell me which film you prefer. I'm really curious to hear everyone's thoughts on both of these films. Stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow, Chris Brock will be battling 2 films of his choice, and that will continue throughout the week with all of the members. And then we have a new pre-member coming in on Saturday. You should see his video then. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. You just watched Late Night Frights. Comment, subscribe, and as always, guys, keep it horror. Peace.